Welcome back. A new survey has found we want more proof that companies are actually practicing what they preach when it comes to the environment and not just claiming they're eco-friendly, sustainable and carbon neutral as a marketing ploy. Well, Sarah Norrie from advertising company G2 has been researching the issue and she joins us this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Tell me why you climbed into this issue. Because being an advertising agency, why do you care?
Well, we care because we care for our clients, and thought leadership is really important to how we conduct our business. And Grey Group in the Asia Pacific region actually conducts this research throughout all the countries that are part of our family. And look, we might not know everything about every single brand, but we can say we certainly know about the people that we share a country with.
So 67% of people surveyed in the study said they did not believe the claims that many of the companies were making and that the companies were simply using it as a marketing ploy, this idea of being clean and green. Do they? You'd be well placed to say.
Well, I think that there's two issues there in the sense that, you know, there may well be some companies greenwashing to sell more products.
This is the terminology, greenwash.
Yeah.
Tell us what to greenwash is.
Well, to say that you're contributing to the environment and saving the planet to sell more products.
When you're actually not.
Well, no, and it's very in, isn't it? I mean, to be green is the trendy thing to be into today, and the disconnect is the New Zealanders, you know, 80% of those that we surveyed want corporations and companies to tell us what they're doing in terms of their green practices, but, you know, half of those actually don't believe them when they say and market that they are.
But the problem is that it's easy to confuse us because we don't really understand the terminology, do we? A lot of people won't understand the difference between a carbon credit and a carbon offset, so a large company can claim whatever they want, well, and it looks good.
I agree. I mean, and that is the problem. You know, 50% of those that we surveyed think that, you know, carbon offsets and carbon credits mean the same thing. And, you know, we haven't actually gone out and explained to New Zealanders what the terminology means. It's just carbon jargon. There's a carbon word for everything. And until we do that, I mean, it's the bottom line is what's in it for me. Every consumer always asks himself that.
So what do you take from the study back to your clients? Obviously you want to make sure that New Zealanders start believing what the marketing campaigns are saying. So what do you tell your clients to do?
I would err them on caution. I mean, we've had those conversations with a number of our clients, and up till when this research came out, we were right on the green bandwagon as well. I think that in a 30-second television commercial talking about your green practices, that's all very well and good, but we're not buying it, we're not believing it. It's not going to make us rush out and buy your product. I think there's another job. We have to educate and inform New Zealanders about what environmental practices mean and what it means to them at the end of the day, and only then are we going to get the cut through and the benefit to us personally and to New Zealand.
And there's been some interesting examples. Honda was the first one to say, if you buy our car, we'll plant trees. That went rather wrong. Can you talk us through that?
Well, it was hugely successful. It's not our client, I wish it was, but it was a hugely successful campaign for Honda. And, you know, it perhaps helped New Zealanders choose a Honda over another car, but the reality is you know, the trees were little wee seedling baby things, and my arborist husband tells me that, you know, less than 50% of those survive. You know, so we sort of like tick that box. But
we weren't perhaps doing as much good as we thought.
Well, no.
Sarah Norrie, thanks for joining us. We should point out also that in the region, New Zealand is the least interested in paying more for environmentally friendly products. Only 53% of us said we would. That's not really very good, is it?
Mind you, if you live in Zagreb, you know, and there's dirt and grime around you, surrounding you all the time, concrete buildings, you're going to be more interested in it than if you live in sort of Howick or something, the beautiful beaches down there. I mean, maybe we're kidding ourselves, but you can see why
You've got to take a global view, don't you?
Yeah.
Especially on World Environment
Especially
Day.
if you live in Zagreb. All right, it's 3 minutes away from 7 now. Breakfast, the 7 o'clock news is next for you. And then we will look at Barack Obama's chances of becoming president. First